Hi there, and welcome to another webinar. Today I am joined by Lyndsay Cameron from euroCARE IVF, which is a clinic in Cyprus, and we're going to hear from Lyndsay today about the experience of getting treatment abroad. So for anybody who's at the very start of their journey, who is considering maybe getting treatment abroad, hopefully this will give you lots of information and things to think about. So before we start, Lyndsay, do you just want to give a quick introduction to yourself and who you are and what you do at the clinic?
Yeah, no problem. Like Mel said, my name is Lyndsay Cameron. I work here at euroCARE IVF clinic in North Cyprus. The clinic I've been doing with IVF now for the past 6 years over here. We speak to patients, bring patients over for various types of treatments, and yeah, that's
perfect. And so you said it's in North Cyprus. For people whose geography isn't very good, so where do you fly into to get to the clinic?
Well, Cyprus is one small little island, but we're divided. There's the north and the south. So you can fly into the south of Cyprus. There's Larnaca Airport, which normally the majority of patients come in from the UK, so you can normally get a direct flight to Larnaca. You know, and our airport driver picks them up and brings them up to the north. Or there is a airport in North Cyprus as well called Ercan Airport, but all flights will stop down in Turkey first of all, and then come over to Cyprus. So it's just, you know, give out options. Turkish Airlines are very good, or, you know, just whatever suits people best.
And
for coming over.
Fly into Larnaca, how long is it in the car to get to the airport?
It's about 1.5 hours once you come into Larnaca up to the north. If you fly into the north, it's only about 30-40 minutes from there, but some people prefer a direct flight rather than, you know, stopping down first in Turkey.
And did you say the clinic would organise that transfer for you?
Yeah, we organise the transfers because we organise the hotel stay as well, all before, you know, it's all pre-arranged before people come over. Our drivers can go pick them up from either of these airports.
Okay, great. So basically, for the people who are watching this from the Stalk and I, are single women who are looking to start treatment to have a baby, mainly because they are worried that if they don't do something on their own, then they may miss out altogether. So I've got lots of people just starting and just considering what their options are, and some people interested in considering the option of using a clinic abroad. So if you're in that position and you're just at the very beginning of your journey, what would the first step be if you were considering to use the clinic in Cyprus? How would they contact you? What would happen?
Yeah, I mean, there's various methods of contact, so they can just pick up the phone, call anytime. We've got a UK landline in place as well, so it makes it cheaper. You know, you're not ringing a big phone bill as well, calling an overseas number. So you can call us, have a chat on the phone, just ask any questions. We've got WhatsApp as well. You can ask any questions over WhatsApp or emails, you know, or on our website as well. There's a contact page on the website. People just go in and say, please give me a call, or this is my question, you know, and then we just take it from there, really.
Okay, perfect. So what we'll do is I'll leave the details of how that they would contact you with the webinar, so people know how to contact. And so who to when they first called in?
It'll be when they first call us, you mean, sorry, the first contact? Yeah, it's myself and my colleague Sherry. We're the two English-speaking coordinators. Sherry's from the UK as well. She's from Enfield, just outside London. Myself, Scotland, obviously. So the one of us, you know, that comes, the message will come through to first of all, or the phone call comes through to first of all.
And what do you do? What do you talk through with
anything and everything, you know, any questions. Everybody's story is different, you know, so it's just patient by patient. You listen, previous pregnancies or any problems that's went wrong, or people have tried before and it hasn't been successful, about discussions about their background. Really let us know as much about their circumstances as possible, because then it helps us think, right, okay, if you've had treatment before, then let us know more about that. So it gives us a base, you know, for moving forward. What would we do differently? What can we try, you know, to try and change things to try and get a successful result next time? If it's just somebody who's starting off, You know, again, it's just talking about the tests we require to let us know about them more personally, their fertility levels. And yeah, I mean, just if they have questions, obviously costs and process and what tests we need, and you know, everything really we can go over initially. As many phone calls, because people will be on the phone and say any other questions, they'll go no, and then if there's anything, you know, type it on WhatsApp afterwards, because if anything pops up anytime, you know, it's various messages and phone calls initially before, you know, actually deciding to go ahead. Because it's a huge step, you know, there's so many questions that pop up. You know, we send out as much information as possible in an email as well, confirming all the tests and the process, how long in Cyprus, all the packages we have. But we go on from there, and any questions, you know, we keep in touch as much as possible.
And so with the tests, because that's the first step, is that something that you would then get them to have in the UK or whatever country they're coming from?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, people can come here as well. Some people come to Cyprus. They prefer to see the doctor, see the clinic before going ahead, and we can do the tests here. But it's a lot to do, you know, back and forward. So there's loads of clinics throughout the UK. We've compiled a list as well of clinics our previous patients have used that I can send out, and it lets them see, you know, Scotland, England, Ireland, Wales, wherever you are, you know, it lets them see you can contact the clinic, whichever one's closest, to check out costs, you know, because tests are generally the same price, but different clinics may have different prices, so people can check out where's best for them.
And then many women are thinking, should I start with IUI or should I go straight to IVF? How would you help them decide what the right route for them is?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's not difficult. We get their test results, first of all, and the doctor, you know, he confirms. You know, we just a patient portrait, myself and Sherry, ask all the general questions when it comes to anything to do with the actual treatment and what's the best treatment plan. You know, all that comes from the doctor. So we do need the tests, first of all. He looks at, you know, age, fertility, previous medical history, everything possible, and then decides, or advises, I should say, which treatment he feels is best. If they've not had treatment before, you know, it's first time getting pregnant, maybe IUI, a bit less invasive for people. But again, it all depends on age, personal fertility. IUI can have a lower chance of success than IVF, you know, so sometimes it says, right, straight to IVF, or no, if you want to try IUI. And of course, it's the patient's decision as well. If they're not wanting any procedures, and IUI is their preferred choice, so you can organise it.
So would they have a consultation with the doctor, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no problem. I mean, after we've done all the chatting and say, oh, can you speak with the doctor? Preferably after we've received the test results, so he's got as much information and can advise personally, because you know everyone's different. So after that stage, you know, we can get him on Skype or WhatsApp video or just on the telephone. He's very good fluent English speaking, so it's not a problem.
Brilliant. And so then, if someone then has decided that they want to proceed, how long in general would they need to be in Cyprus for?
For the treatment, again, depends on the treatment itself. If it's IVF, then we recommend about 10 nights in Cyprus. We prefer to transfer the embryos at blastocyst stage, so on day 5 of the embryo's development. So they can start medication at home, come over to Cyprus, maybe have 1 or 2 scans here. When the eggs are ready, we confirm this is the egg collection day, then see how the embryos develop. But as I say, we like to transfer on day, it depends on the embryos, of course, but feel day 5 is best. If we've got a good number of embryos, you know, we can select the best ones on that day. So to make sure, you know, we can give the best treatments, we recommend at least 10 nights in Cyprus, but it's negotiable as well. Some people, you know, if they have time constraints, we can say maybe 8-9 nights would be okay as well, but minimum 10 we recommend really.
Okay. And are there any legal considerations that people travelling from a different country would need to think about?
Not really. I mean, it's completely legal over here to come over for donation treatments. We get a lot of women coming for egg donation, sperm donation. You know, all our sperm donors are brought in from Cryos Sperm Bank in Denmark. It's all monitored by the Ministry of Health there. So all the patient does is sign a consent form really to say, yes, this is the treatment I'm going for. I agree to the procedures, everything's been explained to me, the risks. They sign the consent form, and that's it really. There's no major legal requirements that they have to worry about, you know.
So the sperm bank that you use is Cryos, so the ladies would choose their sperm donor from the Cryos sperm.
Yeah, I mean, we do have sperm already here stored in the clinic from Cryos, but if they have a particular donor in mind, they say, oh, I quite fancy this guy or that guy, you know, then they can order themselves if they like as well, if we don't have that donor here, and then we can deliver it for them.
Okay, so the easy option is they could choose from the ones that you've already got on.
Yeah, and if there's any extra costs, because all that's in our packages as well with the sperm donor. Yeah. And some donors are more expensive than others, on the Cryo's website, and people take a look. But it's everyone's preference, what they prefer.
Yeah.
It's a big decision, so what to get it right.
And would you say the main reason that people choose to then have the treatment in Cyprus as opposed to stay in their country is because it is cheaper? Yeah,
I think the cost, for one thing, we've got no waiting lists over here as well. A lot of countries say, yes, we can do the treatment, but it's going to be 6 months from now, or, and the prices as well. When people talk about prices in other countries, not just the UK, it's other European countries or America especially, for the same treatment, we're quite shocked, because the same procedures that we do in all the clinics, it's the same lab procedures, ICSI, everything is the same.
Yeah.
But some prices just are more expensive, but thankfully we can keep it quite reasonable here for patients.
Yeah. And what sort of accommodation would people be staying in when they were coming over?
We work with various hotels here, ranging from like a boutique hotel, keeping the cost to minimum, up to 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, different packages in place. There's also a couple of apartment buildings quite close to the clinic. They have like all the apartments are stacked up, and then there's like a breakfast area downstairs, really. So it's got bed and breakfast, but like an apartment, they've got a kitchen in the apartment as well, so if they want to cook their own meals. So they can have the options in the hotels, like bed, breakfast plus evening meal, or they'd rather, make their own food and things. There's various options, whatever people prefer to choose. If you want 5-star premium, want to go nice and luxury, then there's that option too.
So people almost like chat to you about what the cost might be, what their preference would be, and then they
absolutely, because prices can vary in the winter time here, out with the summer season, from about November to March, all the hotel prices decrease. In the summertime, right from like April through to October, the prices increase. So it just depends. We always check, what dates do you have in mind? We've got a good guy that, organises the hotels for us. He sends out the prices. And we just, make sure the patients are aware of all the costs, really, airport transfers, hotel costs, everything beforehand. And they choose, we book in advance whenever they want to stay.
And when you're having the treatment, usually how far in advance if I said, right, I want to do it in 2 cycles time, would I know the dates enough to book it, or is it all a little bit dependent on my cycle?
Yeah, it does depend on the period cycles, because we need to know, day 1 of the periods kicks off the treatment process, and on day 2 the medication starts. Day 9 we recommend coming to Cyprus. So the dates do really depend on period cycles, but ladies can also use a contraceptive pill, and that way we can change the dates, can manipulate the period cycle a little bit to come on. A lot of people have holidays over Christmas time or Easter or summer holidays, or you just say, I really prefer to come this time, and my cycle doesn't match. So a couple of months before, we can start using the contraceptive pill. It doesn't affect the treatment at all, just monitors the cycle, lets you book flights in advance and the hotels in advance as well. Okay. It's handy as well because it can help clear any cysts in the ovaries, the contraceptive pills. It's quite beneficial and saves any delays. Because sometimes when you're waiting, it doesn't happen and things are delayed. So it's beneficial.
And can you talk about costs, or is that something that would be done more on an individual consultation?
Yeah, we don't really advertise the costs on websites and things. That's so people, can contact us anytime, and we're quite happy to send out the packages we have in place.
Yeah, so if people want to understand what the cost would be, the best thing to do is to pick up the phone and to have...
Absolutely, send us an email, WhatsApp, telephone.
Yeah.
Send everything. I normally send out all the packages so you can see, the different 5-star, 4-star hotels, that kind of thing. Also, people can book their own hotel if they wish. They don't have to book a hotel with us. They say, I found a package deal with flights and the hotel included. Is it okay if we do that? Like, yeah, of course. If it works out cheaper, absolutely.
And do you have many patients that are single women?
We do, yeah, absolutely. There's a couple here at the moment, actually, here just over for sperm donation treatment. Yeah, one lady from Abu Dhabi came over for sperm donation. Others from the UK. Yeah, we get all over the world, really. The furthest we have is Australia. We had to come over for treatment. So I've got another lady from New Zealand actually arriving this week. I have to think of it. Again, single lady coming by herself for egg and sperm donation.
Yeah, and I was going to say, do you get people coming by themselves, or do they tend to take someone? Do they bring someone along with them, or does it?
Oh, no, they come by themselves as well. Sometimes they'll bring friends with them as well, you know, or a family member if they don't want to come over by themselves. But North Cyprus, I would say that to people as well, it's a very safe country, North Cyprus. You know, it's been voted one of the top 5 safest countries in the world. Wow. People wonder about cars are left running, people don't lock their doors, all the shops leave things lying out overnight. You know, it's a really safe country.
So it's very comfortable if you want to.
Yeah, it really is. It's lovely, very peaceful.
Okay, perfect. Is there anything else that I haven't asked you that I should have?
No, I can think of. That really covers everything, I think, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, it's so helpful. I think when people are trying to decide, you know, what to do, it's just nice to hear somebody talk through and to understand really where to go for more information. So I will share this, and I will put the details of where people can go for more information. And then if anyone wants to get in contact, I'm sure then you will hear.
Anytime.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time, Lyndsay. Thank you.